everybody's all fuckered up for Batman show. We're a bunch of assholes. What a bunch of fucking
fuck you
assholes.
for making a living. Jeez.
Batman, I'm here for you entirely with all my being.
All right, cool.
All right. Fuck you guys.
Let me get this link.
For reals, though, everybody get the links out.
Oh, yeah.
Get those Batman links ready.
So, boom. Oh, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Aren't you slappy motherfucking ding dong?
Dang.
Asshole.
No playing around. Went straight live, boys. Holy shit.
No fucks given, goddammit.
Stevie J.
What's going on,
David
everybody?
Humpton, Raven Shadow. What's up?
Awesome.
Thank you for joining.
Stevie J, what's up, brother?
Damn, he didn't even give us a warning. He just went live and said, fuck it, we're live.
That's how we do, bro.
That's how we do it.
All right, damn.
You just go balls deep right out the gate.
Rip that fucking Band-Aid right off. What's up, my peeps?
Awesome. Well, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Okay, well, help. Give me a quick second. Let me share the link out some places. I mean, damn, usually, you know, I have a little time to share it and, you know, the groups.
Hey, man, I've been trying to tell him, bro, like, dude, all you got to do is, like, set up this thing, and then it'll, like, give, like, people advance, and they can hop in and bullshit. He's like, no, fuck that. I don't want, because we've had so many problems with, like,
last
the
time
whole
I
thing
tried to
getting
do
ruined by
that,
shit like that.
yeah, the last time I tried to do that, like you said, it didn't work. So, yeah. And that
Okay. Okay, it's my fucking fault. All right.
Well, no, not 100%, but I'm blaming it mostly on you.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Hey, Raven's asking to switch to live chat.
Thank you, Raven, because I always fucking fuck that up. But I still don't think there's any goddamn difference between the two.
Oh.
Live chat. Thank you, Raven.
Yeah, I'm on live chat now, so.
Boom. See, well, dude, Batman is a fucking, he's a G. He's been doing this a while. He knows what the fuck to do. Live chat on lockdown.
Boom. Share.
I'm not even gonna ask what a live chat is because I should probably know that.
They have live chat in Australia? That thing? No? Live chat in Australia?
I'm watching this on a black and white TV.
There you go.
The old bubble screen.
Yeah.
The one that when you turn it on, it makes your eye go.
We're the ones that were like when they say don't touch that dial, it still makes sense.
Right?
Ah.
Okay, well, I'm going to share this real quick.
Where are you sharing that, Chuck?
I'm going to share it. Well, you're going to share in your own group, right? Because that'll get more play than I will. I'll share it on everything else.
All right, I got my group and I got BJ Box Mods and Broadside.
Broadside, there you go.
What was I gonna say? You know, it's like back in those days, you know, if you lost one of the kids, you know, messing around, lose the knob, right? And then you have to like use the knob from like the oven. You're on what channel are you on? Like I'm on 350 degrees. I think it's Fox. Oh no. The Simpsons is on, so I think so. The 350 degrees channel.
The country town that I grew up in, we only had two channels. That was it. And one was at the other end of it was regional country town.
Yeah.
And one was right at the one end of the dial, and one was right at the other end of the spectrum. So basically, you'd just be like, "Oh, what's this next show on TV? Fuck it, I don't want to change it. I'm just going to continue watching this."
It's like on remember European Vacation where they had cheese or snow?
Exactly.
The cheese channel or the snow.
All right, there we go.
Like,
Gave us some shares, a couple different places. We'll see if we can get some people to come in, say hello.
Yeah, that's all good.
All right, so whatever you guys got. I mean, I'm good to go now. So.
Okay, so our guest obviously is the fantastic, enormous, black tank top wearing, the Batman. So
I see we got a little bit of matchy going on.
yeah, we were doing our best because like we wanted to like try and be cool like Santos, but then we got this guy in Australia where it's like winter right now. He's like, "Oi, it's a little bit cold for me. I can't do it. Oh my goodness, it's too cold."
The wee bit.
So we kind of fucked up our whole situation, but we'll try and get through it. We'll work past it.
I didn't get the memo.
Hashtag. Didn't get the memo.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
we want to just run through buffets real quick, just get knocked out.
Yeah, sure. You start since you brought it up.
Okay, I'll do that because I have a very specific buffet, all built around Santos.
Oh.
So let's start with that broadside with the Recoil Rebel. This is a broadside that I did some work on, a little custom paint and stuff on.
Oh.
And in that one, I got. I don't think John's still making these anymore, but Clouds of Mass Destruction. I've got the Admiral from Broadside, the Very Vocal
Nice.
Vapors edition. Christine Salazzo, Beauty in the Vape, Very Vocal Vapors. She's awesome. Check her out. With Vape Malone, Princess Peach Fuzz.
Ooh.
And then I have this broadside that Eric Buss did for me, our awesome guest from last week, with a Kennedy 25 on it. And that's got some Barista. So if you can't tell, I went a little broadside heavy because my man Batman is a very broadside heavy individual.
That's right.
Oh.
Goddamn right. Broadside or no side. Adam, what you got?
Well, I don't have any of those crazy mech mods. I have the Dead Goat Draco. Basically, all my liquids are lab works at the moment because his liquids are outstanding. So Dead Goat, that has Event Horizon, which is chocolate banana bread custard action. I have Drop Dead on a Draco with little honeycomb butterscotch action. I'm not a butterscotch guy, but this is delicious. I also have the Elder Dragon on Pulse 80 watt with a little lemonade action, and Proton, another Drop Dead with don't remember what's in that one. So I'm gonna put that aside.
Vape it, maybe you might understand.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's good.
Random juice. Gotta love that. Yep.
Brandy's.
Mr. Batman, what do you got?
Okay, I got a couple things here. Actually, I just pulled some things off the shelf too, because like I said, this was just snuck up on us, so everything. But first things first, what I have the Passage RDA, Vape, and Suck My Mod. I have it sitting on top of my dual topside by Dovpo and TBC.
Nice.
And inside that, what I have is the Honey O's by Mama's E-Liquid. Hold on, give me 1 second.
That Passage.
Hello.
Oh.
That Passage though.
No, boy, yo mismo, estamos vivos.
I love it when you speak Spanish. It gets me like feeling good in special places.
Makes your nips hard or what?
Okay, so now I'm back. So next, what I actually have my Brizzo from Broadside with the Culverin RDA on top of what I have in that by Paradigm E-Liquids. I have the Crucible Passion Survivor, which is a butterscotch ice cream. Next, we'll jump over to the One of One, fogging out with the Batman Custom PWM box mod, hand engraved by Mr. Matthew Hagerman himself.
Hagerman.
Oh, shit.
And it's all fully engraved, and you can see it's not just an engraving, it's actually kind of like sculpted into the Hammond mod, which the Batman's on top of the Eagle.
Damn, bro.
And like I said,
Damascus on top?
Yes, with the Damascus Centurion V2 by Cloud Chasers Incorporated.
Damn.
This was a collab.
That's gorgeous.
Special gift, one of one, the only one in the world, literally. Because Matthew Hagerman, when he did this box, he did the drawing onto the box and engraved it. So there are no replicas. This is the only one.
You fancy though.
This was a collabo between BJ Box Mods and Matthew Hagerman. So
That's gorgeous.
inside of that, what I have by Dead Man's Hand Elixir, I actually have the number 13. I also have by Immortal Mods, I have this sexy little thing. Even though I don't like Ultim, what this is the Exile Dual 21700 mechanical box mod. It's a parallel. And on top, I have the Exile RDA. And inside of that, I have some Santeria, which is their bad juju. And this is a mango, vanilla mango in this one. And I also have here on the side of just actually getting some juice in it, I have the Boxer, the DNA 250C. This is the one that does up to 400 watts. And I have the RDA on top.
Jeez.
Vapors Cloud. Yeah.
Is that your pod system?
What I have inside of that, it's actually the Gorilla Custard Banana.
Oh, dude, I've heard that shit's killer.
Yes, definitely. By EMB. It's actually a California company. So
Oh, no shit?
you got to try that shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So take it away, Vape Malone.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That was a great buffet, and
Right? That was way better than anything we've ever had before.
fuck me, I feel. I have to go laugh now. Shit. I get pressing the live button. Well, all day I've been rolling with my little bolt, my old school bolt mod right here, little squonker. I got the B2K all ultimed out on top, and I've been trying out some of this new juice, California grown e-liquids, the Napa Nectar flavor. It's like a Napa Nectar would not tell you that it's a mango flavor, and it's actually pretty good.
Doesn't make much sense.
Right? Napa Nectar is mango. So, I mean, I would have thought it would have been like, you know, like maybe 60-year-old wino lady. I don't know.
I don't know. Top of the line, fine wine, Carlos Rossi.
Something from wine Nectar, you know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's mango. And the people I found out, this is the people that make Fresh Pressed. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, didn't know that. So, and then over here, I got my double barrel V3 by Squid Industries. And then I got my Kennedy 25 on top with the Ultim Slam cap. And I got some Vapetasia Killer Custard inside. And that's it.
Nice.
Short and sweet.
Love it.
Like my feet.
And
Oh,
me.
I thought maybe we'd start off with just, you know, I'm not sure if everybody knows, although they should, because it's kind of like a well-known thing, is that what I find super interesting about what Batman does is that he has like, not just like a lot of these guys have like a day job, right? Like a regular fucking day job. Like, you know, they go to a fucking office, but then they come home and they do some reviews, some shit like that. But motherfucking Santos, he goes out in the middle of the goddamn Gulf of Mexico and he works on a goddamn oil rig for like long stretches, right? Comes home and he rocks out, bam, 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 reviews. Could you tell us a little bit about how you balance that? Because I mean, it's got to be difficult.
Well, what I've been doing, I've been on for like the past 11, 12 years. It's a 14-7 schedule, which it's 14 days on the rig, 7 days at home, which at the end of the month, it turns out to be 21 days on the rig and 7 days at home. So I was only home 1 week a month. So when I would come home, like I was balls to the wall. I mean, it's come home, open packages, line everything up. Take the wife out to eat, the kids, you know, hang out with my kids, deal with family first. If I had to do any fixing around the house, cutting grass, you know, anything, just catching up from the 2 weeks from me not being home, I would have to come home, bang all of that out first, and then just at the same time, just hitting on new things. What I do, I had to set everything up. Like for instance, if I would come home this time, everything that I got new, I would load up into a backpack that would be going to the rig with me. So that way, all these products, all these devices, I would use for 2 solid weeks. You know, that's all that
You're not just like using them like at the grocery store or like going down to the street. You're like using this shit for real.
Yeah, because remember, I take this stuff with me to the rig, and that's all I have access to. Like, I don't have none of this stuff, so I can't hit on my favorite stuff. I actually take with me what I'm going to be reviewing. So I'm using that for 2 weeks. When I come home, that's what I throw on camera. So it was like a balance. I had to rotate everything.
Yeah.
Some of the companies were like, man, when is my review going up? When is my review going up? So I have to literally in an email type out everything I just said to every company that sends me a product, or, you know, it's just, I told them, look, man, I'm not home every day, you know, so you got to hold on. You got to wait your fucking turn, you know, give me a break. And, you know, actually the companies, they seen how I've been doing things and they realized, you know, they accepted it. So, you know, everything was good and it was just a routine. So like I said, I would have to cram family life and everything I do with the reviews, the recording, all into 1 week. Then I take all the footage. I take all the footage out to the rig with me, and out there is what I edit and post. So when everybody's like, damn, Batman's loading up a video every day, it's because I'm editing and posting from the rig. So it takes balance. It takes balance. It takes a lot of patience too.
So I mean, do you like actually write out a schedule and everything to like do that, or is it just like you just know what you have, you know what you did?
With only a week at home, I couldn't write out a schedule. You know, schedules don't work for me. With me, it's spontaneous. It's impulse. It's go with the flow. Fit it in where it fits in. If it don't fit in, well, leave it for next time. But let's just bang them out. You know, that's just the way all of this works. But now, actually, I'm fortunate that the job, you know, we did some calculations, checking with money with Shell, and it actually saved Shell to put me on a 14 and 14 rotation. So I'm 2 weeks at work. Now I'm 2 weeks out there, 2 weeks at home. So I have more time. Now I don't have to rush. And I don't burn myself, actually. So that's a lot nicer. It's
good, man.
A lot nicer.
Can I say some things? Batman, you know, to be completely honest, I've only started watching some of your material in maybe the last 6 months. You know, there's a lot of the vape industry that I'm learning about. And I watched one the other day, and I guess it's been a bit of a repeated message through some of your videos and some of the discussions on the live chats. And I have to say, man, you're exactly the kind of person that this industry needs. You know, we talk a lot to other vapors or, you know, newish vapors about, you know, activism and, you know, getting smokers, you know, to kind of make the decision to try vaping. But your stories about, you know, going to work where there are people that are, you know, hardcore dudes who are smoking.
Yeah, these fools ain't no joke out on those rigs, bro.
Yeah, but that's the front line. Like, that's not, you know, us talking to people online and all that sort of business. You're talking to people who they don't want an alternative. They've got their cigarettes with them, you know, and to hear you say, here, have my device, or I'm taking devices to give to people, that makes my heart explode, man. You know, I think that's an amazing humanitarian thing where, you know, I just wanted to say that because I've heard you say it 2 or 3 times, and, you know, maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Yep. I mean, you know, thank you. I appreciate it. But, you know, I mean, it's part of it, you know. I am actually the fortunate one that now I have access to extra devices, as some of the companies, you know, they figure, well, you know, we'll send you extra devices. We're watching your reviews, and some of the companies actually, like, they watched my reviews and they said, and even my live feeds, and they said, we hear how you say you give away this, you give away that, or you even giving away stuff that's your personal things just to help people quit smoking. We're going to send you extra stuff and just give that away. Keep your stuff for you, and we'll give the extras to the people out there on the rig. So, you know, that's what I've been doing. And literally, like I mentioned it the other day in one of my live feeds, I have helped hundreds of oil field tough guys get off of cigarettes. Like, I've had some guys that come from a different rig, and they're like, wow, there's a lot of vapors here. And then
like, there's a disproportionate number of motherfuckers hitting vapes on this rig.
Yeah. And then, you know, then some people that did come from other rigs that in Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, that do know about my channel, they see me and they're like, that's why everybody vapes here, because this bastard's here. So,
Right.
you know, and then ones that don't know, then, you know, you got the guys on the rig. They're like, hell yeah, you know, we got the Batman here. This is his home. Check out his YouTube channel. So people love it, man. And I love to be able to help somebody. You know, I'm the type of person when it comes to helping somebody, my motto always is, don't ask who. You never ask who I can help. You ask how can I help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just rewind back to what you just said then? Vapors outnumbering smokers. Did anyone think that we would be saying that in language? That's an
especially in an environment like that.
Yeah.
Which is a very kind of like
roughneck,
blue collar, rough fucking environment.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, I mean, I know when I was in the army or whatever, we liked our goddamn cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? And like it's kind of like the same idea. It's like you got a group of dudes that are very kind of, I don't know, rough and tumble or whatever. And it's hard to change minds in that kind of environment. But you know, that's just a testament to how Batman carries himself and is also very approachable and very he's a big dude. You know, he's got that, but he's one of the nicest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. Like for sure.
I watched that pug review and I was like, that shit looked like the fucking organ in your hand, bro.
The new pug from Vaporgate.
Yeah, right. I was like, what the hell? I did think it was pretty cool how they put all the shorts on there.
Everybody that knows that Boxer, the Boxer lipo is the biggest one that Ginger Vapor has. Boxer has, and I mean,
it looks so small.
It's not that big.
It looks like the bolt in my hand.
Right? Seriously. Big. And that thing's huge.
Jeez, dude.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And so along those same lines, though, I saw you with Brian and Mark and Mike and all them the other night, and you were talking about you have like a lot of family over right now, and some of them are smokers. And I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like you're not just doing it there. You're fucking doing it everywhere, man. That's why I fucking respect the shit out of you, and that's why I've always been a huge supporter of what you do, man. Because it's not bullshit. It's not like for the camera. Yeah. Because most of the shit isn't even on camera. It's for like the real deal. I want to help motherfuckers, which is what I love, you know.
Activism.
Yeah. I mean, it's the want to help somebody, but you know, not helping somebody because the camera's on. It's actually helping somebody because personally it feels good. It feels humbling. When you help somebody and you feel good about it, it makes you want to help another person. And then you see that's two people you help, and it makes you want to keep going. So when you look up, you know, I don't ask for nothing in return. Just give it the effort. You try it, you find out this isn't for you. Well, you know, I did my part. That's how I look at it. But I walk away with the satisfaction that I at least tried to help. So that's a plus.
I still remember, like, there was one person that I helped quit smoking cigarettes and they quit vaping. Like that, I mean, right? Like,
I mean, that should be the goal.
That's the goal. You know, for all of us, so we like to stick around. You know what I mean? We like our nicotine, and we like a safer way of consuming it, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's what you want to make of it. If your ultimate goal is to quit, awesome, do it. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You're even more healthier than us. You know what I mean? Just saying. But yeah, I remember that shit because there was a lot of smokers when I worked in a call center, and you know, there's a ton of smokers there. But like, I remember this one lady, she was a super heavy smoker, and I got her the Kanger Tech Nano box. I got her on one of those.
Nice.
Back in the day, and yeah, within like, I want to say like 4 or 5 months or something like that, she quit. Yeah, completely.
Just all the way down. And that's what's amazing about vaping is that there's a system in place to I mean, because as soon as you quit smoking, right, you can start at those high nic levels just to get you through that initial fucking fuck my life phase, and then you can step down, man. There's always those incremental steps to get you down to where you can just be done with all of it. And you know, if you're not going to be a hobbyist, if you're not interested in building coils, if you're not interested in the next greatest RDA, then that should be your goal, to be done with all of it, because there's no reason to continue unless it's going to be your hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a text this week from a friend who, long-term smoker, we're talking 30 years. She's been vaping for probably about a year. And I got a text this week asking if I wanted her liquids because that's it. She's done. Stepped out. Like freaking amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Isn't that what your mother-in-law did?
Yeah, her too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's rad. Oh yeah.
I think I fucked up and derailed the conversation a little bit there, though. We had some good momentum going. Fuck me.
You got to adjust your horns, bro. Your horns are off kilter.
Fuck me, though, right?
I was too busy looking at your guns, man.
The lack thereof. Shit. Like these two fucking guys over here. Shit.
But anyway, so I've noticed that, which I really like, because you know when you get off the rig, you only have a certain amount of time to do stuff like this, right? Which, you know, when you're on the, you hopped on one of them, I think, and it was kind of like you're on your laptop. It was like kind of iffy. Yeah. But I like the fact that you're willing to like give yourself to the people that want to see you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not easy to do this like a bunch of times in a week. It's not. No. You know, and you're doing it not for like, hey, look at me, I'm the Batman. You're doing it because you want to talk to these people because you're gone. You know what I mean? And that's what maybe, I don't know if some people understand that, you know?
No, and you know, and that's absolutely right. Like my wife, she, you know, sometimes it's upsetting on her part because she's like, there's sometimes where I have to dedicate so much time to what I'm doing, you know? Like I come home and I make sure my house chores and just everything that the home, everything is the way it needs to be. And, you know, give her the time that she needs. But sometimes, you know, women, they just want more time. And I'm like, you know, I got to balance everything out. So, you know, it gets crazy. It gets stressful on my half. And
I guarantee it.
I put family first, but she also sits back and she's like, you know, she has gone to the expos with me, and like NVE in Connecticut this year was like a wake up call to her. And she was like, wow, like you're really out there helping people. Like people are really grateful and they thank you. Like they come up, there was a bunch of people that would come up and take pictures and videos and, you know, autographs, which is, I'm still like dumbfounded. Like, wow, really?
Well, so was that the first time she went to an event with you?
No. She's been before, but this year, for some reason, NVE in Connecticut was different. Like there was more of that.
Well, because that's in your general area, and like, you know, people. I mean, even if you weren't doing what you're doing, which is rad, I think people probably gravitate to you just because of the fact that you're, you know, a larger than life kind of entity. I mean, you're a big guy, but you're also, your personality's big. You're fucking very jovial. You're very fucking approachable. So like, I'm sure seeing that was like, oh wow, this is something.
You actually had people come up, because usually like they'll come up and they'll hand her their cell phone and they'll be like, can you take a picture of me with the Batman? And she's like, okay. Actually, this year, you know, they would walk up to her first and they say, you know, Mrs. Batman, thank you for allowing him to do what he does for us.
That's
and
amazing.
You know, she come up, she tugged me on the shirt and she was like, you really do help people. She was like, you help people. And I'm like, well, yeah, you know, I'm even wondering how I'm helping people, because most of the time it's not personal up front, you know, face to face.
Yeah.
She was like, but, you know, and I explained to her, sometimes helping people, helping them is them watching my reviews or my live feeds, and it's a no bullshit. It's straight up who I am off camera. I am the same person on camera. That's how people feel like I'm helping them. And at first I couldn't grasp it, but now I have accepted it and I have embraced it.
It's hard to quantify. It is. I mean, it's hard to put like a box around and say like, this is what I do. Especially, I mean, in this industry, of course, especially as a reviewer to your loved ones, right? because you have all these people around you, your family or whatever. They may not be into vaping. They may not understand the whole counterculture that surrounds vaping. So you say, oh yeah, I do this, I do that, but you just don't understand it until something like that happens. Something that real life, which is rad.
Can I ask a question about that? And it's probably a good segue. Like the whole Patreon situation. Everyone, well, a lot of people, doing this for the YouTubes and whatnot, have Patreon accounts. Like, when you start a Patreon account, I guess there two mindsets. One is that I need financial help to do what I'm doing, and then does that change the mindset? Like particularly home life for you, when you come home and you've got limited time with your family and your wife, but do you think, okay, I need to work because people are helping me fund this? Or is it, well, this is, being funded so that I do it when I can, that whole situation.
It must put pressure on the whole situation.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, but like in my YouTube and the community Instagram, I posted it a couple places. My Facebook group, I let everybody know. I let all my patrons know that I shut my Patreon down. I shut it down.
Yeah.
And even my Patreons were like, Batman, why are you going to do that? And I said, look, okay, I'm going to give it to you the way that I see it. I didn't want to open up my Patreon from the beginning. I felt guilty taking the consumer's money. But they said, Batman, we give you that monthly fee out of us because we appreciate you and appreciate everything you do. So I explained to them, I said, look, I'm not knocking anybody that has a Patreon, but the way that I see it like this. If you want to support me, do it out of the kindness of your heart. In the description of my videos, my PayPal is there.
Oh, okay.
I have an extra $25. You know what you do? Donate it, make it as a donation, send it to my PayPal. That way you're not obligated just because you're a follower of mine or you feel like I'm helping you, or which the term fan, I fucking hate. Fan, I believe that's what cools you off.
Yep.
If you are a fan, you shouldn't have to pay a monthly fee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I let you do it I give you that chance, that opportunity. That's your decision. You donate whatever you want to, whenever you want to, without having that monthly fee there.
Yeah.
This is the way that I see it. And right there we got Jason Lopez. He was one of my top tier patrons, and he didn't understand it. But look, after explaining, now he does, he embraced it, and he's like, wow, the money is not the important thing for me. Now, don't get it wrong. Everybody knows 90% of what I review, I buy. I buy on my own, and it gets expensive. And that I pull out of my bill money, which is the money how I take care of my family. But I'm doing something I like to do. It feels good. It feels good what I want to do. So like I said, by me putting a PayPal link in my description, I give you that option. You do it if you want to. You help me out if you get it out of the kindness of your heart. You feel like, you know what, I'm going to donate to the Batman. Here you go. But I'm not obligating you no more to pay a monthly fee. That's just the way that I see it.
And I respect the fuck out of that, because the whole Patreon thing, I completely understand it. And I'm 100% for it. I was a Patreon for a long time with a lot of people. I mean, obviously I just can't afford to do that kind of shit. But like, I understand the idea behind it, because a lot of these people, like Batman, are doing this in their fucking spare time, and it's taking away from things that they could be doing outside of vaping, right? Mm-hmm. But I also understand the fact, because I feel like maybe I have kind of the same mentality where like I would feel like bad taking people's money to be doing something that I would be doing without their fucking money. You know what I mean? Right? Is that correct, or is that off base?
No, that's absolutely right, man. And that's, like I said, like me, it was just feeling guilty of taking people's money. I just felt bad. So I couldn't take it no more. It drove me crazy from the beginning, and I just had to do away with it. And actually, like Patreon, I felt like I didn't have enough time to dedicate solely to my patrons. I felt like, aside of the reviews and aside of some of the Patreon giveaways I did and all of that stuff, I felt like it still wasn't enough for those people that give me a monthly fee. I felt like it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So what I did, I deleted the Patreon. I have a Discord group.
Oh, yeah.
I gave out a Discord link. People now, you know what? You can chat with me privately. You have personal access to me because Discord stays on. It's not like Messenger or Instagram.
Exactly.
Discord is totally different. It's a chat, but at the same time, trying to contact me, you're able to interact with other vapors within the community. You know what I mean? So in another way, I'm using another platform, which is Discord, to bring everybody together. And I one of the biggest things in my Discord is I tell people drama, bullshit going on within the vape community. I don't want to hear it. If you have something important to say, advocacy, or even how are you doing? You down on your luck? Can I help you out? I want that in my Discord.
Yeah.
Drama, leave that shit the hell out. I don't want to see it. Let's keep everything humble. Let's help each other. Let's bring the community together. It's like some kumbaya.
Cool,
we are the world. That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah. No, that's cool, man. Because the Discord, that was something that that kind of got real popular with like the Vape Stew kind of thing. They started a Discord, and it became a real community. And I really hope that that's something that happens with the Batman Discord. And I'm gonna hop in there, man. I kind of forgot about it because my brain sucks asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want to hop in there and talk to folks, man. I love that kind of stuff, and especially with I've been in the Batman Facebook group, which hopefully somebody can put in the chat, Raven, maybe.
I tried
it's a great group.
The link is really long.
The link is really long. Throw it in there. Who gives a shit? But yeah, it's a great group. There are people that are looking to help each other.
Oh, there it goes. Raven got it.
And that's the same thing with my Facebook group. I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, and Facebook start off because of the fucking drama after drama. Like that shit gets old
constantly.
But my group, the moderators, the admins I have in my group, they are where I tell them, look, if it's a debate and everything is kept within guidelines, let people debate, let people argue it out. It's fine. If it gets offensive, take the post down. It's that simple.
And shout out to somebody in the chat, Army Vape Guy. He's a cool guy, man. I've known him for a long time. Yep. He's one of the admins on Batman's one
of my admins. Yep.
He's a cool guy, man. So, but yeah, and don't fuck around, man. Don't be stupid.
I mean, everybody has topics where they don't agree on. So and that's fine. Use the group for that. Have a debate. At the end, come to a conclusion. Everything's good. Kumbaya. Like I said, fuck. But if it gets
kumbaya, fuck.
Oh yeah.
So good.
The post
best tagline ever. Kumbaya, fuck.
Yeah, I love that.
Bitches.
So good. So good.
So in other words, that's a nicer way to put it. Let's all get a fucking along, damn it.
Exactly, god damn it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Fantastic.
No, but that's pretty much what it is, man. I mean, it's some of the stuff, you look at some of the drama and some of the negativity that goes on within the vape community, it's totally irrelevant. It's at the end of the day, it's why, for what?
Exactly. It's almost impossible to avoid too. I mean, it's being a young industry and being an industry that just relies so much on social media.
Yeah.
Social media is high school.
I think a lot of it has to do with just society in general as well. You know what I mean? All the news that you see anymore, it's all based off drama. Like look at TMZ. TMZ was, a news company that was built on drama. Like that's their sole purpose in life.
Right.
And they're huge. They're huge.
Exactly.
So, I mean, and people see that all day, nonstop. And that just gets ingrained into your brain. Like this is,
it seeps into your mentality.
Yeah.
To be like aggro on the internet, because if you weren't on the internet, there's no fucking way that you would act that way. You know what I mean? Because there's no accountability when it comes to the internet, and that's why it's such a fucking shit show as far as I'm concerned. I hate it, but it's a necessary evil to use these social media platforms. But it's like, seriously, if this was a real life interaction, there's no fucking way that any of this would come to play. You know, and that's what drives me insane.
You know, and this is like one of the things I say, and it's not to be a tough guy, but it's being straightforward and it's being the truth. Like I get a lot of trolls, believe it or not, I get a lot of trolls.
I don't doubt it.
And YouTube, we're able to set it up where certain words, you know, if certain words are used in a comment, it'll get filtered and I'll get them without the public seeing them. Like I took my time nitpicking certain things. And I've actually had it to where certain trolls are really fucking tough guys. And I've actually told them, I said, look, dude, I'll be an MVE in Connecticut. If you really,
right?
if you honestly feel that way, you know, because you're not talking about the review. Now you have a personal feeling towards me personally. If you feel that way, I'll be at MVE in the flesh. Come announce, say, I am such and such on YouTube. I left you this message and I'm right here in front of you.
Yeah. I mean, that'll never happen.
I'll give you a hug. You know,
it'll never happen, first of all. And second of all, I guarantee that's the fucking God's honest truth. Is that Santa or Batman will just bring it in hot. Bring it in hot and big. Just big hugs, man. You know.
Let's do it.
It is, man. But whatever.
Kumbaya, fuck.
Do it right now.
Best hashtag ever.
I know, right? That's going on everything now.
Kumbaya, fuck.
So here's a question from Raven Shadow. How do you deal with anti-vaping people if they do approach you? I don't know if you've ever been approached by someone anti-vaping. I have.
Oh, that all the damn time on the radio.
How do you handle that?
Fucking know-it-alls.
Oh, always, yeah.
You know what I do? A lot of the times I'll do the paper towel with a smoker. I'll grab one of the smokers and I'll be like, come here.
Yeah.
And I grab a paper towel and I say, light up a cigarette. Blow into this paper towel. And I grab a paper towel and I'll hit on mine and I'll keep blowing into my paper towel. And then I'll take the smart ass and be like, which one do you want in your lungs?
Goddamn right. That's a fucking great way to do it.
It's fucking moist. It's wet. This one here, look at that shit. Yeah. Now what do you want? Now tell me which one is better. And walk away. That's pretty much a drop the mic. Boom. There you go. Go ahead, give me. When you can tell me that is better than this, yeah, let me know.
That's nice. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I usually just call him a fucking asshole and I punch him in the throat.
Nah, but
maybe that's probably like the bad way to do it. Because I'm like, come on out.
Well, you see, that's one way to do it. But the other thing is, look, like educate folks. You know, one thing I've noticed with my size and just the look, somebody that doesn't really know me, like I put on my mug and then they're like, fuck, did I just say the wrong thing? But then
right.
If you look at me like that and you're like, damn, this dude's about to choke the fuck out of me, but I say, come here, sit down. And I talk to you in an educated manner. Then they're like, wow, you know, okay, that stereotype of vapors, millennials with the tattoos, beards, convicts, fucking
hey, bro, come on, man.
Asses. No, because that's the stereotype that have. And then people look at me like, holy shit, you are everything that people describe a vapor, but you are better than a motherfucker that don't got a tattoo or one of these clean cut fucking high white collar fucking folks. Yes.
Yeah, those are usually the real criminals, right?
Well, because those people are fucking, those people are always going to be fucking condescending. They're always going to be fucking, they think that they know everything. But the fact is, people that have lived some real life, you know what I mean, that have actually gone through some shit are willing to talk to people in a way that is not just relatable, but like I'm willing to hear your side. But when you get those kind of assholes, they want to talk down to you and be fucking assholes, you know, and it's just that drives me insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kumbaya, fucker.
Yeah, I've been, you know what, I've before I had the Vape Malone YouTube, I used to subscribe as my under my old one, and I used to watch your videos all the time. I guess this is my turn to fanboy out here, but you know what, I really liked the thoroughness of your reviews. And I don't think that like is
right.
I mean, that's something another, you know, a person that does or has done reviews can appreciate is like it's thorough. You know what I mean? If you don't want to watch it all, you don't have to. But the fact is, it's there if you want it. You know what I mean? You're not leaving anything out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's all in there. And even like, you know, you'll throw in the little tips for noobs, even though this is, you know, video 1,000,010, you know, like, and
that's amazing too. Yeah, you're absolutely
the way to
right,
do it, dude. Like,
he's got a 30-minute video on an RDA, you know, that like everybody else has a 10-minute video on, because he's showing you every aspect of it and showing you, and that's awesome.
You know, it's like this. Look, okay, now if you watch my reviews, and when I come back up top and I give you my opinion portion, you notice I don't do pros and cons. I do opinion. I've never done pros and cons. I do opinion. You know why? Because everything from any device to any atomizer to any e-liquid, it's all subjective.
Yep.
Everything is subjective. When we go to the down low portion on any device, I try to be as thorough as I can. When I come back up top, I'll give you my experience, the basics, cloud production, vapor production, the flavor I'm getting off of the RDA, whether it whistles or not. You know, what I'm giving you is just, I'm trying to keep it as my opinion. I'm not nitpicking any of the products. I try to stay on that track. I'm going to stay on that track. I like the way I do things. I'm probably the only reviewer that does not do pros and cons. Yeah. I just stayed out my opinion. Yeah. I blatantly tell you, this is my opinion. This is what I feel. This is my experience. Now, if you decide to buy this off of my experience and not necessarily me nitpicking any device, then, you know, it's on you. Your experience may be different, but then, you know, we could talk about it. It's cool. I'm cool with that. But I want the down low portion. I want you to see it, and I want you to see it clearly. And I want you to understand everything that I'm looking at, because it is what it is. You see it, the drip tip, the O-rings, the deck, the screws, the way you tighten down the leads. I want you to see all of that. That is the important thing. You need the close-up. That is important. The opinion up top, that's irrelevant. You know why? Because something I like, you may not like, but I need you to understand the down low portion. That's what's important.
And what's good about that too is that you've been I mean, you're a real deal builder. Like you make some amazing coils. So when you're doing the builds on these videos, it's coming from someone that knows exactly what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? Which is also important, because a lot of these guys, they don't necessarily, you know, it's fine that you put in pre-builds or whatever, but like you have a different perspective on it because you know from that, you know, that aspect of the game, you know.
Mm-hmm. And the same thing is like with the down low portions, like my build portion, I put music in the background because I speed it up. Now, I don't speed it up like other people speed it up, because other people speed it up where it's too fast to follow. It's like bam, 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 bam. I try to keep a rhythm to where it's sped up. It makes the video shorter, but yet you are able to follow everything I do. I want to, you see, that these are certain things that I nitpick, and I made sure it stays in there. I could eliminate the music and talk you through the whole build portion, but then, you know, some people actually, I mean, that annoys the shit out of me. So I'm like, you know, let me put some bass drop music. Bass drop. It's all around. It's fucking bass.
Well, so wait a minute, hold on. But there was a time there, because I mean, I've been watching you forever. You know that. There was a time you have that one music which I. And then there was a time where it was like kind of like weird kind of situation. Why did you switch that up? Because every time that music drops, I'm like.
It was just changing up, just changing up, just a little
Oh, okay.
step up,
All
going from that hard bass music to a little bit of elevator music. You know, this is
Okay. All right.
one of them fucking kumbaya moments. You know?
Yeah, kumbaya. Fuck.
Nice. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, you gotta throw a little Chuck Mangione in. I got shit for that in my videos, but whatever.
Right.
Like, because I would do the little Chuck Mangione fucking, fucking.
Some light saxophone. Fucking.
Yeah, dude.
Making music, bitch.
Gotta have some fun. There's other music out there in the world, people, besides trap and bass music. It's not good. I'm just saying, there's other shit out there.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just love that song. I don't know what it is, but it's just like it always gets me hyped up. That fucking oh, so good.
So what's the Batman's in-game setup? What would be the setup that would make you happy all day, every day?
You know what I have been using, and this is no shit for like the past week, but for like the past 4 days, look, it's no lie. I have not put this fucking thing down. And I know the question.
Wow.
I know the question comes up where people are like, "Who vapes at 200 watts all day, every day?" Motherfucker,
motherfucker Batman?
4 days, I've been doing 400 watts all day, all fucking day.
What? Let me see inside that motherfucker. Let me see inside that giant motherfucking RDA you got there. What do you got in there?
Meatball right there, dude. That's fucking hot.
Good God. You are fucking insane.
That fucking melted my mustache.
And literally, like, dude, like for the past 4 days, maybe 5 days, I've been vaping on this bastard at that. Like, I cranked the box all the way to fuck up. This is how I've been hitting on it.
That's crazy.
It's like, you know what? I write product descriptions. That's what I do a lot of, for online vape retail stores. And sometimes I'll just be sitting there. I'm like 200 whatever watt box mod. I'm like, who the fuck is ever gonna use 200? Fucking guy. This fucking guy right here. That's who's gonna use.
I swear to God, I've never even thought about going over 150 watts on anything.
Yeah, I've one time for a Vape Happy video. I think it was for some like smoke product probably, where it was like they put some ridiculous rating on the coil or some shit. So I was like, well, let's try it out. Let's see if it'll actually hang.
Immediately fried the fucking coil.
Oh, it got, it was close though. I'll give them that. It was close, but it was exactly.
I mean, even on the passage in my review, I did it at 135 watts.
Nice.
Focus, motherfucker. Look, I'm still hitting on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
135 watts. Look, 150, no problem, no sweat. The RDA is fucking badass. The airflow is fucking perfect.
Yeah, dude. Cully, man, he comes out with some rad shit, bro. I'm excited for that. So if anybody doesn't know,
this
just
right here,
the review for the passage. So everybody go watch that after this.
This right here is Matt's best product.
We're not saying something.
I told Matt,
my favorite.
It's my opinion, but the Hermetic, his RTAs, this is his best product to date. This fucking thing I like.
Cannot wait.
I'm excited.
Cannot wait.
There we go, 150. That's actually a little cooler after you fucking hit on it.
like he's jumping rope on the fucking floor. Oh, 150 what? Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, so, I mean, even the LiPo, PWM, you can see it. Everything I got does that crazy shit.
Hot as fuck. Okay, so this. All right, you're obviously a high wattage vapor. As from the little teaser thing that we did before this. Yeah. Do you have that box? Oh, it's right there. I can see it right there on your fucking shelf.
Right there on the shelf.
So that was done by Broadside, BJ's Box Mods.
Yeah, that's one of one. It's
a legendary fucking box that has been here several times.
Because the thing is, like, the PWM with the 555 timer can only go up to 16 volts. Now, Brandon, which is like the mad scientist,
Brandon Campion,
behind BJ Box Mods, he is one of the first modders to use a 555 timer in a PWM. And he's fucking OG. He sat there and we stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning putting that together. And he was like, how can I get a 555 timer to run 25.3 volts? And he did math and he made a couple phone calls and a couple PWM modders that, you know, this is what they did. Nate, we know Nazy.
Yep.
We're talking OG.
Oh, yeah.
Damien Scott, you know, Brandon was like, you know, there got to be a way, but 555 timer over 16 volts, you know, it'll burn it out. Snap. Yep. That fucker figured out how to run 25.3 volts through a 555.
Fucking insane.
And I've actually had other modders. He has had modders saying, send me that box. I want to see what you did. I'll pay you.
Right.
Find out what you did. He said, hell no, that fucking thing is stupid. He said, you don't realize Batman's out of his fucking mind. It was like,
so yeah, the video that I used for that thing was from the Broadside group, right?
Yeah.
And you were running what? It had to be one of the Vaporgate RDAs, right? Was it a 40 Mason?
The Mason 40 millimeters.
And you had what? Like a 4 ohm fucking 40 wrap coil in that sumbitch?
Yeah, it's dual coils, 40 wrap a piece, 80 wraps worth of coils inside of that.
40 wraps.
40 fucking wraps, dude.
I was actually playing with it the other day, so it's still.
I'd fucking lose count, man.
Like people that come over to the house, they want to see it, but you can see the coils in there.
Like, oh yeah, a little funky.
Have a coiling rod that long.
Right?
Screwdriver.
And that's where Signature Tips comes in, because Signature Tips got the perfect coil rods, them little fucking ones I use in my reviews that everybody asks for. You can check them out, Signature Tips, UK.com. Something like that the website is. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Raven, throw it in there. Signature Tips makes rad shit.
They got them. Them coil rods are the shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
That shit's so crazy though. But what's funny is the first time I actually talked to Batman, I think, well, no, we talked before that, but it was in the Wicks and Coils group where you did something like you stacked and then you did your 502 and then you did like a cloud thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fuck it. If Batman's going to do it, I'll do it. So I had a 502 and I stacked some broadsides and I did the same thing. I didn't do nearly as well. It was not cool. I fucked up real bad and I looked real stupid.
Well, because actually, like, with the 502, some people were saying that, oh, it's not enough airflow. You really can't do much with it. So
It wasn't for me.
Jay hit me up. He said, Batman, you got that fucking 502. Let me see what it does. He says, you ready? I'm like, why? What the fuck you got? He says, people says that it don't have enough airflow. Like you can't get clouds off of that RDA. Somebody says that shit needs to go back and watch that video because
that shit was out of control. And I saw that and I was like,
motherfucker,
holy fucking shit. This motherfucker's crazy. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm crazy. Let's try this. And so I built some coils to fucking maybe work out.
And yeah,
it didn't work out for me. Didn't work out for me.
But we got some clouds out that bitch, didn't we?
Goddamn right we did. See? There we go.
There we go.
So we were trying to put on the Batman uniform for tonight. But the little crappy ding dong was like, oh, I'm cold. Oh, it's so cold here in Australia. Oh my God.
I've just been waiting for the temperature to get to 20 degrees and then it was...
Fantastic.
His temperature timer went off, everybody.
Yeah.
He had an alarm.
Okay, this is going for Batman because Batman has always been one of the few reviewers that has been very mech heavy and is willing to like put out the information and the good information on what you should or should not do with mechs. So Raven Shadow put, how do you educate new vapors that are gung-ho trying to attempt to use unregulated mech mods?
Okay, the first thing it is, gung-ho means slow the fuck down.
Thank you.
That's before anything. Second of all, you got a phone. Download a Ohm's law calculator.
Steam engine.
Polish up on your Ohm's law. Second, don't go buy no cheap fucking batteries. You know, make sure you're getting legit batteries. There's a bunch of websites that
somebody posts Mooch's thing in the thing.
Yes, and then another thing is, depending on the mechanical device, Watch reviews. Watch reviews. Watch the down low portion very close, and find out the mechanical mod that is for you. There are some that I would not recommend to a new mechanical mod user, because you want to have that experience. You want to have that grasp on what to do if things would start acting crazy. I mean, even somebody experienced like me, I've had some shit that sometimes it's like, oh shit, motherfucker's auto firing. You got to know to keep your composure, pull the RDA off. If not, if you're outside, no, throw the motherfucker, fuck it.
Right. Right.
But the thing is, Ohm's law and battery safety are the most important. And the other thing is, like, one of the biggest things, which I tell a lot of people, if you want to hop over into mechanical devices, don't be afraid of them. I mean, it's another device, but be careful. Be careful. That is the most important thing. You
don't be afraid, but be cautious.
Yeah, be responsible.
Be respectful of the fact that this is something that is raw power in your hand.
Mechanical devices, why I love mechanical devices so much, because I'm in control.
Absolutely.
I have total control of that device. You make sure everything, you make sure you take the thing apart, make sure it always stays clean, make sure that your battery wraps are the way they should be, make sure you're using the right batteries. Do not do anything stupid. You don't have to go 0.0 Batman to get clouds.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
The stuff that I do, which I really don't promote, and like I say, 0.0 Batman. I'm not going to tell you the ohms that I have in an RDA, because of the fact that I vape hot. I vape very fucking hot. Like, if you see one of my mods on the table and you go to hit it, you're going to be like, fuck this guy. This
motherfucker's crazy.
But it's one of those, like, I tell people, look, go ahead, try a mech mod, man, and you might turn around and love it and never pick up a regulated device. But like I said, just be respectful of the device. Polish up on your Ohm's law, battery safety. It's you can't stress that enough. Like, I could sit here for 2 hours talking about mechanical devices, and you're gonna hear it over and over again. Ohm's law, battery safety. Make sure you understand what you're doing.
Can I also just add, though, as well? I think that people, just because they're using a regulated device, they think that they're safe. So even with regulated device, cheap devices, or whatever you're using, still looking at your batteries and still looking at the way you're putting them in, and using an external charger. And I had this conversation with a new vapor the other day, and they had told me they'd never actually taken the battery out of their mod since they bought it. And I was like, okay, so that just because it's regulated doesn't mean it's safer, So I think that goes for any device.
James actually made a good point right there.
Yeah.
He says, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions.
That's
the only
the
question is the question that's not asked. And I couldn't agree more with that comment. That statement is perfect. If you have questions, ask questions. And we all know Mooch's YouTube channel, if you really want to get in depth with the mechanical device, even more than what a reviewer does, that is the channel you want to subscribe to. Subscribe to Mooch, click the notification bell.
Absolutely.
Anything he uploads, you get a notification for, and watch that shit.
And he's done amazing things, man. It's not just about mech mods. It's not just about regulated mods. It's not just about batteries. He goes in depth, and obviously some of it's a little technical, but he explains it in a way that is so approachable and so, like, because the kind of guy that he is like, he just wants you to understand it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's important, is that he really is, like, passionate about safety, battery safety. You know what I mean? And there's not a better fucking place to find your information than from Battery Mooch.
Yep. Mooch is awesome. Mooch knows his shit, man.
Oh, fuck yeah, he does.
Yeah, I heard through the grapevine of people that were doing, like, rewrap batteries or some shit. And they were trying to pay him for a good review.
Yeah, no.
That ain't gonna work with him.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not fucking happen one day.
Nope.
It did not go anywhere.
Mooch would never do that, because then it puts the liability on him.
Yep.
Exactly.
But then people are gonna say, "Well, Mooch said this battery was fucking." Mooch is not gonna go that way.
Nope.
I guarantee you that.
Absolutely. So we had another good question from Legion, who is a superb friend of the show.
Yep.
I think most devices these days are pretty good. If you can't get a good vape, then you're probably using it wrong. Trying MTL on a DL.
Yep.
As far as that goes, what do you think about people just not understanding the equipment they're using and having a bad experience? I mean, what do you think the best remedy for that would be?
See,
more research? What?
All right, I'm gonna give you my most honest opinion with that, and a lot of that when it comes to new vapors, I blame on vape shop owners. Now you can order a lot of stuff online, okay, but the majority of new vapors, I want to say 98% of new vapors walk into a vape shop looking for help. One of the biggest routines I have that, because I have a smaller YouTube channel. I walk into a vape shop. I always have a black hoodie on. I walk in with my hood up. I don't show my face just in case there is somebody that recognizes me, and I'll ask.
I'm sorry, but you are 8 feet fucking tall.
Yeah, but they have. So I'll ask and I'll say, "What's that? What's that? What? How does that work?" Okay, that device right there got a big screen on it. Damn, it's a pretty colored screen. Well, I mean, how does that work? And then when I see somebody looking like trying to get under my hood, I'll pull my hood off, and then they'll be like, "Holy shit." Somebody does recognize me, and it has happened. And I'm like, do you realize all the stupid shit you tried to tell me? Because I had my face covered, my head covered. You telling me all this stupid shit about this device and this device. And now that you see my face, you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah, you realize you fucked up, huh?
Yeah. No.
Vape shop owners, before they hire somebody or they hire some girl with a cute ass, just to bring in customers, make sure that girl with the cute ass knows what she's talking about. Make sure
Absolutely.
That guy that looks the part, make sure he knows what he's talking about. Make sure he knows how to educate new vapors and send them on their way with the appropriate setup that is for that person. Don't just fucking put a 200-watt device in their hand just because you need the commission.
Absolutely. And we actually had a couple weeks ago, we did a show with vape shop owners and people that worked in vape shops, and this was something that came up, man. And it's got to be fucking reiterated and reiterated and reiterated. It's got to be something that has to become just the mindset of anyone that feels like, oh, I'm gonna start a vape shop. Is you have to have people that understand all aspects of the industry, the hobby, the smoking cessation aspect, the advocacy aspect. It's a retail job. It's not a job that you're going to make a ton of money, but it's a job that you're on the front lines of saving people's lives, and that needs to be something that is ingrained into these people, that they understand that it's important what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, the moment our governments realize that those are the people who are effectively helping that word addiction, that will be a very, very good place to be.
Absolutely.
Yep. You're absolutely right, man. But it's like I said, it come back to the vape shop owners. I'm sorry. I mean, hey, if my kids go out and break a window, whoever's window they broke, who they going to come to? They're not going to go grab the kid. They're going to come get me, right? So It's the same thing with a vape shop. If your kids ain't doing something right in that fucking vape shop, they're going to come for the owner. You got to be more responsible.
Yep.
Make sure that your workers, the people that you are employing in that vape shop, know what the fuck they're talking about before you give them a job.
Absolutely.
I mean, this ain't fucking Burger King.
Right. So I'd seen, so Batman does a thing, and I miss it a lot because he's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast. And he does like a breakfast with Batman thing in his group, right? And it's at the butt. I mean, I get up early, but I don't get up that motherfucking early, right? But he talks about a lot of stuff, and it's cool stuff. And I caught one of them, and you were talking about. I know that maybe it's been put on the back burner, but you were talking about maybe putting out a device. What happened with that? I know where it would be through, but I mean,
let's just say it got put on hold right now. I'm not in a rush, to be honest.
No, of course not.
Like, I'm not in a rush. If something is meant to happen, it'll happen on its own. I understand you got to chase it so you don't lose the interest in putting it out, but maybe right now isn't the right time for it to come out. Maybe I'll just have to scratch it and move on to something else. I don't know, so I can't give that answer.
Yeah.
But like I said, only time will tell. We got plenty of time. I don't plan on going nowhere. And if it happens, it happens. And I want to make sure that it's something solid, something affordable. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go to China with it because I want it to be so affordable that everybody can have it.
Well, I mean, I love that.
Honesty is key. I'm going to let you know. I'm probably going to pitch it to China because I want it to be affordable where everybody can pick one up. I know everybody loves the Made in USA. Yes, I'm a proud American too.
Absolutely.
But when it comes,
that's a great thing. That's a great concept. It's like, hey, that's rad if something's made in America. But the fact is, if you have something you're passionate about, and that you put your heart and soul into it. I'm talking about a device, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You want that to get out to as many people as possible, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, there's differing opinions everywhere, and the best way to do that is to have it mass produced in a place that can mass produce things that people can afford. And it is what it is. I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
Hey, we used to be able to make shit people could afford. Back in the day.
Oh, damn it. Back in the old days when American made stuff. God damn
it. My grandpa could chime in. Back when everything had a USA on it.
All right. It's a damn shame, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, I am a proud Chevy owner. I am a proud Jeep owner. Me, I got me a little station wagon, the Chevy Cruze hatchback wagon that came out. Hey, nice. and I love my little Chevy. Fuck it. It is what it is. I love it. Now I'm gonna tell you something. After looking in and looking at the parts on that bitch, and the Chevy is American made, right? Chevy's American made. Everybody can agree with me, right?
American made.
Yep.
Bullshit. The electronics in that motherfucker are made in China, made in Korea, made in fucking.
Oh yeah.
Everybody with this made in the USA, quick to jump on anybody. Oh, but it's not made in the USA. Motherfucker, you're typing in that comment on my YouTube channel because it's not made in the USA on something made from fucking China.
I know, right? Seriously.
For real.
I mean, okay, where's your made in the USA cell phone? Shut the fuck up.
Good luck with that.
Good luck finding that one. It'd be like an old fucking walkie-talkie from fucking World War II.
That's like the perfect statement. And tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're absolutely correct.
You're gonna troll my YouTube channel, talk about Batman. You review Chinese shit, but you're typing it in on a Chinese device. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's funny though is that what he just held up in his hand was actually a tablet.
Yeah. That was an iPad that he was holding. That's the new iPad Pro that has like a 12-inch screen.
Oh, so we got the big hand jokes going on.
Hey.
You guys might as well just invited Fagin on this motherfucker.
Oh, fuck that. Well, we're not being overtly racist. I mean, come on.
Nah, you gotta love Mark, man. I love Mark.
Oh, no, I enjoy his shenanigans. I do. There was a long time that I was just like, this fucking guy. Oh, God. What the fuck? But now I accept him for what he is, and I enjoy it. You know what? And that's the thing that I had a hard time with for a very long time, because I was always so like, no, we gotta be this. We gotta project this to the community. We gotta project that to the community. But it hit me at a certain point that there's nothing wrong with having some fucking fun.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Fagin's
there's a place for everything. And just like we do on this show, it's like we have some very serious shows. We have some fun shows, man.
Yep.
Like there's a place for all of it.
Yep.
So, chat, do you guys have any questions for our guests? It's
Yeah, come
we're
on.
winding down here.
Whatever you got, I'm an open book. Go ahead, ask whatever. Well, yeah, I'll let you know if there's something I can't answer. But.
So, where do you reside? For those of the people that don't know.
I'm from Puerto. Listen, we're gonna make it fucking clear because from Fagan, he got me like I'm born in the heart of Mexico. And
all Spanish people are Mexicans to Fagan.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
But I'm from Puerto Rico, but I live in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
You live where? Outside of Philly, right?
Yeah, I live in Reading.
Yeah.
If you look at the Monopoly board where it says Reading Railroad, which is it's actually lettered out Reading Railroad. It's actually Reading. That's where I live, in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
Wow.
So was I right though with the national dish of Puerto Rico is arroz con pollo?
Not really.
Fucking shit. I tried, man.
I mean, it's common. It's common, but when you think of Puerto Ricans, you think of arroz con gandules and roasted pork, which is rice with pigeon peas.
Oh well.
And
even in Cali, I don't get a lot of pigeon, bro. It's tough. It's hard to find a good place with some good pigeon.
Okay, we got a question by Lumi, 1992. She says, has Batman tried braids? Now, braids, we talking about braided coils?
Yeah.
Braided coils.
She makes braided coils.
Okay, I have done some myself. They weren't the prettiest. But if you're willing to send me some, hey, I'm willing to pay for them. You can contact me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Contact me. We'll get.
I got you. No, I got you. I know Lumi. She's rad. She makes epic braids. I'll send you something.
Okay.
Jared the Vaping Goat asked, if Batman were 4 feet shorter, how would he feel being at eye level with the rest of us? Yeah, what's that perspective like?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like I say, it's not all about the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Exactly.
Hey, but Puerto Rican women know what's up with that. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like hashtag hold my baby. Shut up.
Yeah. They also know child support too. Believe me.
Oh, that's good.
Good time.
Fantastic.
That was a Pablo Francisco joke. If you're not familiar.
Nice.
Yeah. Pablo Francisco. That dude is like one of my favorite comedians back in the day.
Didn't he do the Taco Bell dog?
He did the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the movie guy voice thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, his thing was like Puerto Rican women too. Like he would.
Yeah, he was on Reno 911.
Yeah. He did a lot of shit back in the day on Comedy Central. But I think I don't know if we have any other. Nope, just everybody shouting out love. Raven Shadow.
Lethal Coils, what's up, brother?
Batman, what do you enjoy doing outside of vaping and work?
My family. That's my family. I love spending time with my wife and my kids.
Did you just have a daughter graduate college or something like that?
Excuse me?
Didn't you just have like a daughter graduate college or high school or something like that recently?
Yeah. My son and my daughter graduated high school. I have one daughter that she's actually in college. She went back to Puerto Rico. My son, which, they're actually my stepson, but I raised them. They're my kids.
Same. Yeah, absolutely.
He went over to Puerto Rico. He's going to college, I believe, for orthodontist. But right now he's in barber school. And he actually got his first certification. So he is cutting hair to pay himself through college. They're like, let us do this on our own. If we need help, we'll hit you up financially. But let us try to do this on our own. So actually, the two oldest ones, they are putting themselves through college. They want to do it on their own. So me and my wife feel good. We've raised them the right way. They're not looking for the handout young. You know, they want to do it on their own.
That's crazy.
And that's something that I heard you say, was that you were like trying to like give your daughter a car or something, and she was like, no, I want to do it myself. Which is, I mean, that mentality, especially among younger people today, is goddamn fucking refreshing. Oh my Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants to lump the millennials into one bucket, and I'm like, you can't do that, dude, because not all of them were, not all of them are like that. Not all the parents took a back seat to parenting, right? You know?
Yep.
And some people actually raised their damn kids like they used to back in the old days.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
or back in the old days, if the parents didn't raise them, the grandparents would, Yep. That's, my case, but whatever.
Batman, is there anyone else who vapes in your household, or is it just you?
Just me. Just in the house is just me. My wife, sometimes like at the expo, she has her couple setups that she'll take, but she vapes zero nicotine because she's never smoked, never drank. She'll just do it to accompany me, be at the vape expo, blowing a couple clouds, but it's zero nic. But yeah, I'm actually the only one in the house.
Yeah.
Nice. Jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang.
We got a question for everybody from Jesse Cochran. What is your favorite RDA? You start off, Batman. That's tough.
That's
tough. Damn. If they would have said like RTA or something, I probably would have been. I would have been okay with it a little bit more. But
honestly, I don't have one. I like to see what comes out new. I try to keep myself as unbiased as I can. So I don't have like the perfect RDA. I have a bunch that I like, but as to single out to one RDA, I really couldn't do it. Honestly, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Sure. I can. I got two.
I couldn't do it.
One is the Recoil Rebel, right? And two, the Capstone RDA.
Oh, thank you.
Those are my two favorites, period.
Well, thank you for that.
And that ain't just because I'm blowing Malone. It's just because I really do enjoy it.
Oh.
I do like blowing Malone, but I mean, come on.
I enjoy it.
On camera. What about you, Adam? I know what yours is.
Yeah, but I think that the disclaimer to that question is also asking, like what you like. Like I have a bunch of RDAs that I really, really like, but they're all very, very different experience, different builds, different situation. I mean, even different cotton in some of them because I like, a certain cotton in a certain RDA. So for me, my ideal vape where I like the situation, it's a bit of a toss up actually between Drop Dead and Dead Goat, only because of the experience that I get from those two. But like we were saying, Matt Cully's some of his products, I occasionally bring those out. Rebirth, I think, is a freaking awesome RDA, but I don't use it all the time. Great. So it really just depends. But from my style of vaping, Drop Dead, Dead Goat, because I like that situation. So yeah.
For me, so I'll go ahead and answer, and then we'll just wrap this up, so everybody can be on their merry way. Dual coil is like super hard for me to answer because there's so many. There's so many dual coil RDAs that I love, but single coil, now that I can narrow down because like I use Squonkers a lot, and there's certain ones that I just always find myself coming back to. One of them is the B2K, just from BB Vapes brand, just because I don't know what it is about this damn thing. It's so small, but it packs such a good punch, and you can put so many different types of builds in it. And all the damn accessories that it comes with. You can make it look good on anything. Like, nice. Literally. The Hermetic from Blitz and Suck My Mod. Absolutely. I always rock that thing, and it was like married to my rage after my Capstone had its way with it. And then I think a toss up between the Hadley and the Entheon, because I found I use the Hadley a lot, And then when I figured out like the perfect build for the Entheon, I really like the Entheon more just because it didn't flood as easy. So that's what I got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. Good times.
Absolutely.
I just want to give a huge shout out to the Batman though for coming on here, blessing us with a new hashtag, Kumbaya Fuck.
Love it.
And just blessing us with his presence. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm the one that I have to give you guys the thanks for the invite. I definitely appreciate it. Chuck knows he's been trying to get me around for a while, but my time is so limited. But I'm home, so I'm home. You ask, I'm here, and it went down, and I feel like it was actually a pretty good show. So thank you guys for the invite.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Love the Batman.
Wrong Batman.
Oh shit.
Oh man, none of that DC shit, motherfucker. I don't want no goddamn copyright.
Because that Batman does the crash and the pow and the bang. With me, it's just a ping and then a thud. You get what I'm talking about.
All right, everybody in chat, thank you guys so much for joining us. And
I gotta do the Batman.
Next Monday,
That's
we'll
right.
be here. Don't know who we're going to have on yet, but we'll have somebody cool or just our cool selves. Who knows? Peace out, everybody. Much love.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Hey, yeah, you might want to actually turn the fucking thing off here, I guess.
It was still on.
Are we?
That's what we're doing. We're just gonna hang out, bro.